Hey y'all, how's it going? It's me, Krystal V, and I'm back with another tarot video. So last week I did a video on the nines, and the nines were all about completion and finishing and reaching this pinnacle point or this pinnacle moment. And achievement, essentially. So now we're on to the tens, which is the closing. It could also indicate a beginning that has already taken place. It's that moment between the end and the beginning, essentially. So change, release, and just a realization, even. A lot of the times the tens indicate a realization that something is changing or something is leaving, something is coming to a close, or there's actually a new opportunity that's coming up from a close as well. It can also indicate a fullness. So when you're talking about the Ten of Cups, for example, or the Ten of Pentacles, since they're both yin energy, these definitely indicate a certain amount of fullness or attainment. And that could be from the emotional or the financial or health, spiritual side as well. So I wanted to talk about the number 10 of the major arcana, and that's the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about change, the end of a cycle, turning the wheel back to its original place at the beginning. And as you can see, there's like three little sort of imp-like figures on the wheel that are actually turning it. That could be mind, body, and spirit. So once the mind, the body, and the spirit have entered the end of the cycle, they turn it once more. This could also indicate our actions, our will, a lot of the energies we've put out into the universe that are actually making that wheel turn. So yeah, most of the time the Wheel of Fortune does indicate a large change. It could also indicate change that's fast-paced, or even unexpected. So yeah, that's the Wheel of Fortune. Also, the end of something and a new beginning. So yeah, so let's move on to the minor arcana. And the minor arcana, I mean, we'll start off with the Ten of Swords, essentially. And the Ten of Swords deals with closure, a mental realization, also holding on to something mentally that needs to be let go. This could also be the realization of a mental pattern that's coming to a close. And it could also indicate a need for outside help to help remove some of those mental boundaries to allow for a fresh new mental process to start or a thought process to start. This could also include cycles of the body, like mind cycles, sleep cycles as well. So that's the Ten of Swords. And if you can see here in the Smith-Waite, this guy doesn't look so good. He's got like 10 swords sticking into him, and he is downtrodden, maybe even dead. So this isn't so grim as this, and this doesn't necessarily have to have these grim connotations to it. This could just mean that, you know, either something has been laid to rest. This could also indicate that you're carrying a lot of burdens, or a change has happened that you weren't expecting mentally. So yeah, Ten of Swords. And again, that's that air energy, that masculine energy, that projecting energy, yang energy. So now we're going to move on to the Ten of Wands, which is also a projecting energy, a yang energy, but a fire-based energy. And here, you know, we've got two different versions. We've got this 10 of Wands, which it looks like all of the wands are sort of fitting into position here, and they're forming a diamond in the center. So maybe a realization about what your true passion is, or a realization about how to proceed, maybe even like a connection, and maybe a realization or attainment of of spiritual or creative knowledge. Um, I mean, this could also indicate that you completed a creative cycle, which has given birth to a new beginning of a new creative project as well. And then, there's always that sort of burden is lifted type of vibration with the Smith weight, where you see this figure carrying 10, 10 wands. And a lot of the times we want to relate that to the fact that um, maybe this figure's burden has been lifted, and this is sort of the straw or the wand that broke the camel's back. But I like to see it as a cycle that's been completed and relief for all the hard work you've done. So yeah, 10 of Wands. Also, the 10 of Cups, when we were talking about fullness, unity, um, or even change, a lot of the times the 10 of Cups does indicate unity. As you can see, there's a couple here looking up to the sky with the rainbow, with a couple of children and their plot of land back there. And this indicates emotional fullness. This could also indicate the end of an intuitive cycle, or completion of an emotional life cycle as well, like marriage or having children, or discovering new information about yourself emotionally. So emotional healing, the end of a cycle of emotional healing, which brings on new possibilities. So that's the Cups. This is a water, yin, feminine energy, and it does indicate the finalization of an emotional cycle. Yeah. So next, last but not least, you'll have to excuse me. It is spring in Georgia and everything's covered in pollen, so my nose is like a little bit itchy. So yeah, so last but not least, these actually kind of like look like flowers too, but they're actually pentacles. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles here, and the 10 of Pentacles means full attainment of material possessions. This could also indicate full payment of a material possession. So your last payment on a car, or the end of a financial cycle. So getting your taxes back. You could also relate this to studying really hard and then getting the job that's going to support all your material creature comforts. This could also indicate a period of healing physically, and proper cycles of the body that are working to their full potential. So this could also indicate a balanced humanitarianism, and transformation, material transformation. So yeah, all of those aspects. And as you can see, it almost looks like there's all of the little aspects of material life here. We have animal life, children, social relationships, family, and even sort of like this castle vibration. So a lot of the times when I get the 10 of Pentacles, it indicates the end of a financial cycle and the beginning of a new one. So that indicates, realizations about my financial aspects, and new beginnings, and how to plan for those new beginnings. So again, yin energy, feminine energy, related to the element of earth. So hopefully it's clear between the 9s and the 10s what those two elements of numerology actually mean. The 9 is the ending, or accumulation. It could also indicate the crisis or the challenge. And then the 10 is the ending, which promotes the beginning, or is the realization of that new beginning. So I know it's a little bit confusing, but the 9 is sort of like the final stage, and then 10 is that period of time in between the final and the beginning stage of the one, or the zero, which we talked about, the zero being the fool. But yeah, so hopefully there's no confusion. If there is some confusion, let me know. I can clarify for you. Sometimes the difference between 9 and 10 is a little bit hazy. So let me know if there's anything confusing in that. Thank you for staying tuned to all of these tarot videos. I am actually going to be working on some new content. So not just the numerology portion of things and the continuing of all of the different numbers and how the cards connect, but how to cleanse your deck, how to properly prepare for a reading, all of these things that are necessary to know before you actually get into tarot reading. I'll also be doing some reviews on some decks that I have, and I'll also be doing some unboxing in the future, hopefully. So let me know what you'd like to see, and if there's a deck or even an oracle deck. I've thought about actually branching out and doing some oracle stuff before, so it'd be kind of interesting to explore with all of you. So just let me know maybe some of the things that you would like me to showcase, and I'll do my best to get to them. Anyway, thank you so much for staying tuned. Like and subscribe, follow my channel, and follow me at Krystal with a K _ visions on Instagram. Thanks a lot.